Billy Baldwin. I really, dude, I'm telling you, I like wanted to be you when I was younger. You're 10 years older than me.
I get it.
I'm not even fucking lying. Like, I wish I could sit here and like. There was a time like I would watch Flatliners, and I would even try, because I kind of got bigger eyes than you, and I would like kind of try to squint them down a little bit, and I would like try and talk smooth to chicks in high school and stuff. Like, I just kind of came in there like I was Billy Baldwin, and it fucking worked. By the way, thank you. I meant to thank you.
Hey,
I never had the hair. Yeah.
Any way in which I can be of service, you know. Any way I can get you laid.
You got to do those like Tucker Max type of motivational books, you know.
The Todd Shapiro Show, SiriusXM 168.
Oh, this is nice. How you doing, Mr. Billy Baldwin?
What's happening? Thanks for having me. Awesome to be here.
Yeah, it's great. It's quite an honor. It really is. You're in town for doing a nice charitable event for the rally for kids.
The car rally for sick kids.
Yeah,
Sick Kids Hospital. I've done it. They've raised like I think about $20 million for sick kids, and they've done it 9 years. I'm told they've done it for 9 years, and I've done it probably 5 or 6 of them. So I'm kind of a rally veteran, and my wife, the lovely Chynna Phillips, is a rally virgin. She's here for the first time.
Really? You've never? So now, how are you allowed going? Because I always think of Cannonball Run when I think of these rallies, like where they get a little zany, a little crazy, a little nuts. But I would imagine that you're not really allowed to break laws, are you? Are you allowed to break laws?
Well, you can break rules,
Okay.
not laws.
Okay.
It's not a timed race, but it's a really cool scavenger hunt. I always say that I love this because you get tired of all the speeches and the rubber chickens and the golf tournaments, and this is a really fun, cool, different way to raise money. And it's a very elaborate, very sophisticated scavenger hunt, and you traverse the city. You do stuff with the military, stuff with Air Canada, the fire department, the police department. We did a thing with a flight simulator with Air Canada. We did like a full load blank shootout with like good guys and bad guys in the police range. Like
That's awesome.
9mm and like bad guys coming around the corner. Bam, bam, bam.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the fire department, like fully involved, like 3-alarm fire. You go into a building with all the gear on. You have to rescue a baby, which is a doll of a baby.
Okay, yeah.
So
that'd be kind of weird throwing an actual baby in there. But
and they
now is that? Do you have an unfair advantage for that? Like for your training from a backdraft? Yeah. Would you?
That was a while ago.
Okay.
But yeah. I'm not a fireman, but I played one of the movies.
Okay.
But Chynna, this is her first time. She's been hearing me talk about it for years. She feels like she has relationships with people because they've known me for coming here for so many years. And she's met a couple of them last night, and she's going to have the full tilt boogie experience this weekend with it.
Honey, you may not be playing with fire anymore, but you're very hot.
Oh,
hot,
Chynna.
hot.
Sizzle.
Hello.
How long you two? What a beautiful
20
couple.
years.
25 years.
20 years married. 25 years together.
I
Boys
love.
count all the years. Trust me, they count all the years.
Can I tell you that now I waited a little bit longer to get married, and I'm like completely a diehard in love with my wife. Like she is. We have a little boy at home now. He's 15 months old, and it's like my life from being a Toronto bachelor and having fun and whatever, a bit of a playboy. I had a penthouse at one point, but the lifestyle of family life to me is truly like not only so blessed but so important, and it's so real. In your world, which is a nuts world by all accounts, I watch TMZ, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I actually, the world of celebrity is crazy, and you guys are very, very famous people, not only yourselves, but your families. Like, it's absolutely insane. How have you managed, and what advice would you give to those to have that successful marriage and family life with 3 children? I find it a beautiful thing. I really do. I'm not just saying that. There's no joke here.
You just got to keep it simple. You can't buy into the whole celebrity thing and
We
going
stay
out.
away from it.
Yeah, we stay away from it. We really do.
Not consciously, just not our scene.
Yeah, we haven't walked the red carpet together in over 10 years. I mean, it's
Yeah,
something
we've
ridiculous.
had our kids on the red carpet. The only time we've ever had them on is when my brother Alec was in the movie The Cat in the Hat. That was before
his best work.
That was before my 11-year-old was born. This was like when Jameson's 16 now. She was like 2.
No, she was about 5. She was about 5.
Sweetie, she was on my shoulders in that picture on the red carpet.
Maybe she was 3.
And Vance was like in our arms as a little bit. Vance was like 18 months and she was about 3.
Crazy.
So it was 13
What
years
I'm learning
ago
is how to argue
only
with a
time.
smile on your face. That's another one.
No, it's cool to keep it simple. It's cool to keep your kids away from that stuff, and it's also cool that we don't live in and around show business. And it's really what's really interesting, which I think is a real key ingredient for a success in a relationship, is to it sounds sort of emasculating in a way, but to like really honor each other in the relationship in a really simple way, like give each other what each other needs. Like you're never going to get what you want from your woman unless you give her what she wants. So if you're giving her what she wants and she's not giving you what you want, you're out. But the greatest way to get what you want is to give it, and you're going to get it.
Does it also
and
help?
It's all of it. It's not just
No, I know.
A good Hummer.
No, you got to respect one another and understand that you're always individuals and you give and take, and that's sort of the great recipe. But I was going to say, does it help that you both are just also still super hot? Like you must look at each other.
That's funny. That's funny.
It must help, right? Of course, you guys.
I think Billy's cuter now than he was 20 years
please.
ago. No, I do. I think you're aging really beautifully.
Have you aged? Like it's wild. Like how
He's
do you?
got some gray hairs growing in.
Yeah,
See
my
that?
kids keep reminding me. Yeah. No, we don't. We live like 100 miles north of LA. We live in a nice place. We live outside of Santa Barbara in a little town called Montecito, California. It's not the kind of place I would live in this stage of my life if I had no children. I'd rather be either in or near a cool city. I was done with New York. I lived there forever. I wanted to live closer to San Francisco, but for my career, I've got to be close enough to LA to get into town for a meeting. And if I got to pop in once or twice a week, 100 miles away, that works. So I couldn't commute to LA anymore. I was relocated when I did Dirty Sexy Money. I did 2 seasons on that show, and when we were leaving to move to the West Coast, the stewardess closed the door on the plane and locked it.
Flight attendant, darling.
Okay, see, so please see.
The first fight on air.
Okay.
Yeah, and they closed the door. My wife, I felt someone staring at me, and I looked down, and she had this little smirk on her face like that. I go, "What do you smell?" And she goes, "You know." I go, "I do." She goes, "I think you do." I go, "We're never coming back," and she goes, "Never."
No,
And I
was done. I'd done how many years?
Like 15 years with me
Yeah,
in New York.
I'd done
And
15 years.
You couldn't do it anymore.
I did my
she's
time.
a California girl.
Yeah, is it too fast paced of a life?
It's
is
just
it too
too
nuts?
cold. My left toe is still numb. I'm frostbit.
Her
My left
parents-
toe I can't feel it.
Her parents wrote the song California Dreaming.
Yes, right.
She's not spending her life in New York with me.
There you go.
So
But I was ready for a change.
you guys all still come together for holidays? The Baldwins?
Oh, it's tough. Everyone's in different coasts.
Although close
everyone's
enough,
on
yeah,
different coasts.
Yeah, it's I say it's weddings and funerals. Like the whole family's together for weddings and funerals. Holidays, it's a total mixed bag. We're with her family. We're with my family. We host our own. But this year for Thanksgiving, we're going to see her sister Bijou. She's married to Danny Masterson. You know Danny?
How do I know Danny Masterson?
He was a star of that '70s show, and he's on a show called The Ranch now.
Okay, wow.
Ashton
Wow.
Kutcher.
Yeah.
He and Ashton are pals from that '70s show, so they're producing another show together.
Oh, excellent. So she married with someone famous as well.
Yeah.
A lot. I guess that's because you understand each other's lives. So,
2 Long Island mooks. He's from Long Island like me too. He's like an Irishman from Long Island who's
just a beauty.
just an abusive slob like me.
The only way to be, man. It's the only way to live life. I married a Russian woman, so it's tougher for me to. I gotta
Mail
fake it a
order?
lot. Yeah. No, she would get no. Trust me.
I was going to say, how did you choose between that and Thailand?
I knew all those nice things you were saying came from a place of fear.
I think I'm the mail order. Literally mail. So I wasn't necessarily going to get in it. I'm not trying to exploit a situation. We're not that type of program when A-listers are in here, but only because you brought up the Baldwin family, and I follow you guys on Twitter, and I see what's going on in this big race right now in politics, and it's fucked up. We're Canadian, thank God. That's what we say, and a lot of Americans say we want to be Canadian. Please let us in. We're building a wall, by the way. We've started to build our own wall. But it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a crazy time for you guys right now. And what I notice now, even within family, people can have different political leanings, and that's fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Your brother Steven is a huge Trump supporter. He even went to some of the Trump's debates and everything. Your brother Alec, as everybody knows, does without a doubt, and I think it came out of nowhere for most people, the best Trump impression of all time. And then there's you on Twitter kind of going, hey, Steven, stop talking about what our dad would do, blah, blah, blah. People can go to your Twitter and see it.
No, I've
Billy
been
Baldwin.
carpet bombing Trump since I started Twitter just a couple of weeks ago. I started social media. I never had anything, no Instagram, no Facebook, no nothing. And I started because I really wanted to just be on the record because I've known Trump for 30 years. I don't know him well, but I've been around him enough to know what did John Stewart refer to him as?
Oh, yeah, I think he tweeted the picture, actually.
I tweeted what he called him. Let's look that up. It was called hold on, we're looking it up right now.
Yeah, we're looking it up. It's okay.
I got it. Hold on. This is what he
Radio
is.
pauses are good, by the way.
Radio pause.
Well, it's a
called
little
him.
tease for everybody, not just us.
Yeah, I'm not getting it right now. All right. So anyway, yeah, he's just a clown, and he's lazy, and he's not prepared. He's not qualified. He's been like an abject, abysmal failure at business. Even in real estate, he's been somewhat successful, but in Trump Steaks, Trump Vodka, Trump Magazine, Trump this, Trump that. If the guy like won the rights to the Olympics, he would call it Trump the Olympics.
He's one of
Trump,
those funny
the Super
clowns
Bowl.
that use all orange face paint.
By the way, it was fuckface von Clownstick.
He's fuckface von Clownstick. I understand people have issues with Hillary Clinton. I think most of them are either not true or I really believe in my heart a lot of it's not true. A lot of it's overblown. And a lot of it is they're playing pin the tail on the donkey with all the stuff that went down with Bill years ago, and because she's sort of guilty by association. But I know that feeling. I'm guilty by association with which brother are you? You sucked in Biodome, dude. Or we loved you in Biodome.
You're the best looking brother. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Yeah.
I accept. So yeah, my brother Alec and I both went to college. We both have degrees in political science. We both worked on Capitol Hill. I've run nonprofit political organizations. My father was a political science teacher. He taught government and history. My father was a Brooklyn street kid who was very left of center. And for my brother Stephen to do that, and this wasn't me, this is just this classic Irish New York smackdown. It wasn't like a big deal. I wasn't, I didn't want to I just didn't like that he said if my dad were alive today, he would be upset with us because if my dad were alive today, my brother Stephen would never be supporting Donald Trump. Never happen. Never happen. Wouldn't happen. My father would have straightened him out a long time ago. That never would have been possible.
Is that the type of argument you guys would have in person, like a real life thing, or is this like an isolated kind of social media?
No. We disagree. Obviously, we disagree about politics all the time. I mean, I don't even. It's compounded by the fact that he's a born again Christian. I don't understand how a woman can support Donald Trump or how a born again Christian can support Donald Trump. The litany. The litany. I mean, the guy's he's a business failure. He's very unkind. He's very thin-skinned. He's vindictive. He's made fun of the whole list. He's made fun of Muslims. He's made fun of Latinos. He's made fun of women. He's made fun of the handicapped. And how you could be a Christian and say that this is my candidate, I think it's like total hypocrisy. And I don't know why these people have held on to this guy as a candidate for this long. Now, having said that, and Chynna's going to kill me because she's heard me say this a couple times today, there's a silver lining on all of this Trump stuff. I hope that he loses. I pray that he loses. I think she's going to take him to the woodshed on Tuesday in the Electoral College. I don't think it's going to be as wide a margin in the popular vote as I would like to see. I really wanted to make a statement and let the red states and the rest of the world know. I think it's going to be tighter than I wanted it to be. But the silver lining is there's a big Brexit component in the support of Donald Trump.
No doubt.
There's people that
who won't say it at a dinner table even, but they'll go in an anonymous poll and vote for him.
Well, what I mean by Brexit is there's people that. What I mean by Brexit is there's people that are fed up that the system no longer works for them. The founding fathers created a system where we vote for our representative, one man, one vote, representative democracy. It hasn't worked for 60 or 70 years. People have really caught on in the last 20 years. The government doesn't run the country. The media doesn't run the country. The people don't run the country. The corporations do and the special interests do. And people are really sick and tired of it. And they had 17 people get up on that stage for the Republican debate. 16 of them were elected officials. One was not. And they all piled on the one that wasn't because he wasn't a Beltway insider and he wasn't the establishment candidate. If you could take Warren Buffett and make him 50 years old and have him shoot from the lip the way, I don't know if you guys know who Elizabeth Warren is.
Yep.
The senator from Massachusetts. If you could combine her kind of moxie with Warren Buffett's beyond reproach, like impeccable record with his ethics and his morals, and he's the third richest man in the world for a reason. So his corporation is bigger than the gross national product of like the 100 smallest countries. So I would roll the dice on a guy like that who has no government experience for sure. Donald Trump's not that guy.
You know what I think sounds really good?
Yeah, who's that, Chynna?
President Baldwin.
Hey,
Now,
right there.
I
Hello.
think
President
that sounds-
Stephen Baldwin.
you have the hair for it. Well, have you thought about getting into politics, especially if that is part of your education, your background?
I'd really rather be like the star of an ensemble, really cool ensemble show on HBO or something, and
Yes.
then if that was like blew up and we won Emmys, that would open more doors for me than running for Congress or something.
Well, that's what it's done. Look, Trump's the president for that, right?
When I ran this organization called the Creative Coalition, I literally was testifying in the House. I was testifying in the Congress. I was having meetings with all the leadership on the Republican and Democratic side to get increased funding for the National Endowment for the Arts. And I was doing O'Reilly, I was doing Fox, I was doing CNN, I was doing Chris Matthews, I was doing Bill Maher, I was doing Politically Incorrect. All of those shows, I was being asked to do those shows weekly, not monthly. Like a couple times a week I was asked to do those shows. And I remember when 9/11 happened and they were ramping up and preparing to go into Afghanistan, and they put together a panel on one of these shows, and they had like somebody from the Heritage Foundation, somebody from the Brookings Institute, a former senator, a congressman, a rear admiral, a general, and then they wanted me. And that's how like desperate people are for they want like a celebrity slant.
Well, I mean, it draws attention to it.
Wait a second. Even if I could speak responsibly, I'm not going to sit there with the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and I'm going to sit there and talk about the prosecution.
But you can keep up with those guys. You should.
I wouldn't even want to try. I don't want to get on a panel. No, I would love to get on and have a conversation with them about the First Amendment or government funding of the arts or artistic expression, all that stuff that. And there's other issues I can talk about. But
and besides, now that he tweets out "fuckface McClown stick," I mean, they're going to use that against you one day. So
great. I got news for you. Donald Trump wins. Literally on Tuesday, the following Monday, the letter will arrive from the IRS that we're being audited.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you,
yeah.
it's going to be payback time from Donald Trump.
Oh, he'll get everyone who's gotten him. Well, it is a fascinating time. Does it sadden you though, Billy Baldwin, Chynna, Phillips? Having family there, and I'll tell you what saddens me, just being an outside perspective, is that and recently brought a child into the world. Is the smearing of it all. Like, it's so negative. Like, it's such a shame. Like, there was a point where it was funny. And even for comedians, even for entertainment shows, even working on, a station that all we try and do is get laughs, it just got to a point where, holy fuck, this is dark. Even Hillary, like, she replayed a commercial last night during the World Series, which is her endorsing an ad, which is showing all Trump's terrible statements, making fun of the handicapped reporter in New York, and all that kind of stuff. And yet, isn't that like that to me was hypocritical in itself, because she didn't want children to see it through Trump, but she's showing it on an ad.
Right.
And so it's just like, I'm like, well, did that really get your point across, or that just reinforce how dark it all is?
That's right.
So does it as great parents, as family life, and as an American institution for your families, really, like which you guys have represented a lot because of you are celebrity, and that does make a difference for people. What message would you have to say to the sort of the sad time right now?
Well, I mean, I don't even know if I have a comment on that. It's just sad. It's a circus. I'm not really sure what's going to happen on Tuesday.
It's unfair. If you watch Bernie and Hillary, there was a real substantive debate on policy. You always want to create the case against your opponent, the case for yourself, and the roadmap. Here's how I'm going to get you there. And with Donald Trump, we've never gotten any specifics. We've gotten all of this rhetoric about this sucks and jobs, and I'm going to be the greatest job creator. You never get to how I'm going to do it and how much it's going to cost and how we're going to pay for it. Hillary and Bernie, you got that through the whole primary season, ad nauseum. And with Trump, I mean, the very first question on the very first debate, they asked him a question. He dissed the moderator. He looked down at Rand Paul and he made fun of his face. And it never got more substantive than that. And the American people have been robbed out of an opportunity to have a sincere difference of opinions on all these important issues.
Which is what a debate should be. Yeah.
There's a lot of important issues that, what are they going to do with Obamacare? What's going on with climate change? Are we going to overturn Citizens United and get money out of politics? Creating jobs.
I wonder if Donald and Hillary will hug it out on the night, whoever wins.
Well, if Hillary wins, she's going to have to really, really reach across the aisle. Senator Lindsey Graham talked about it very reluctantly, but years ago he said, I know I'm going to get beat up by my colleagues in the Senate. the Republican colleagues for saying this, but I got to say, she was a pleasure to work with. I was shocked. I was stunned. She's a wonderful woman. She reached over the aisle. We found consensus. We found common ground. I got nothing bad to say about her. She was awesome to work with. So she's got to do that again.
Well, that reminds me of one of the debate questions. I think it was the last question of the second debate, which is like, what would you describe positive about one another? And they sort of talked about how they're both family people and they have great work ethic and that kind of stuff. So at least there's some sort of appreciation. And I guess, can the parties, because this doesn't even feel like a party thing anymore, because within their own parties, that half of them don't like Hillary and half the Republicans don't like Donald. Is there a way to merge in this? Everything in this world, Billy Baldwin, Chynna Phillips, is evolved. Like really, like the way we unified as cultures, unified, comedians who would, try and be competitive. They're now collaborating, sharing comedy shows on the YouTube world and Twitter machine and everything. Can the parties find more common ground? Like, I don't you know what I mean for the future of it?
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to.
Do you think that's do you think that's possible?
I do.
I
do.
You need a unifying leader. I think that we need one of those leaders to come along, like Bobby Kennedy and like Martin Luther King. We need somebody to come along who
doesn't get assassinated. Sadly.
Somebody who's somebody who's going to really bring people.
We need to have an ice cream social.
Okay,
that sounds
everyone
amazing.
just needs to come together, and everyone loves chocolate chip. Everyone loves, strawberry.
I agree.
Let's just have an ice cream
Let's
social.
just have one big giant 300 million person ice cream social.
Yes.
Can we add some booze in there? Can we put some booze in there?
So I got no answers for you right now. It really feels like this whole red state, blue state thing is starting to feel like the North versus the South.
Are you a party guy though? Because I'm getting the impression you're not necessarily a Republican or a Democrat.
No, I'm neither a Republican or a Democrat. That's an uber liberal. So whatever party you want to assign that with, you can do that.
You can vote for Justin Trudeau again. he's a liberal over here.
I certainly would.
Okay, although a lot of people are angry with him. Well, Billy Baldwin and Chynna Phillips, so much to discuss. Before we get to the rally for kids, the rally for kids cancer, which is a beautiful charity you're doing for the sick kids. That's where everyone should be putting their focus into being altruistic and stuff. I just want to ask what's going on with your careers and where can we look forward to seeing you and what's going on. And Chynna, let's start with you. What are you working on?
Yeah, well, I've just been singing a lot with Carney and Wendy. We've been doing, somewhere between 18 and 23 shows a year.
They do like 2 shows a month.
Yeah.
They do like 25 shows a year.
It's amazing.
It's been really fun. It's been great. I mean, it's really nostalgic for our fans. I'm wearing my retainer. I'm really sorry. It's really nostalgic.
You got adult braces?
Yes.
That's so dope, man. Was that a tough plunge
No,
to
she
take?
didn't.
I never did. I just got the retainer.
Oh, the retainer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just realized it was still in. I'm like lisping. But yeah, so Carney and Wendy and I love singing together. And when we do the shows, it's very nostalgic to look out at the audience and see, they're crying and they're wearing the Wilson Phillips t-shirts and they're all doing like the bridesmaids Wilson Phillips dance. And it's just hysterical. I mean, we love it.
They're doing so many different kinds of gigs
anytime
too. They're doing like art houses.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot of casinos. And they're doing a lot of symphony gigs. They play with a lot of philharmonics, which is really cool to hear them backed by a symphony. And they've done a number of probably done about a dozen gay pride shows. They do state fairs and they do some corporate and private gigs. We just went to Bali and Chynna played at a wedding. Wilson Phillips played at a wedding with like 40 people. And it was our 20th anniversary. So we turned it into our 20th anniversry trip. We stayed for like 10 days after.
Oh, what a nice day. You ever do bar mitzvahs?
No, she would. Believe me, if the price is right, I'd shove her right out the door. Do you know what they pay for one? There was a guy on Long Island where I grew up that spent like $3 million on the end. He had like Kenny G in one room. He had like the Rolling Stones in another room. It was like crazy.
Yeah, some guy got Jay-Z to one. I heard it was like $15 million.
No.
So yeah, well, the kid was cool for a moment.
Wow.
So I'll be your agent and get you some gigs.
Thank
yeah,
you.
no problem. I'll look.
I
She
love
just
Toronto.
played here. She just played. She played at a gig in Montreal recently. But she also, what's the name of the racetrack here?
Woodbine.
She played at that room in Woodbine, like 1,000-seater. She
Oh,
played
great.
there last
Forgot
year.
about that.
Oh, that's so great. And how can people get a hold of you if they're interested? Is it just ChynnaPhillips.com? Is that where?
Winston Simone 212-974-5322.
And also the website, wilsonphillips.com, right?
No, we don't have a website.
Come
It's
on,
down?
I'm going to
No,
build
it's-
that for you too.
It's
Are you
really
kidding?
bad.
You
My
gotta-
brother's working on it.
Which brother's that?
Austin.
Okay.
He's working on it.
Okay, good. And Billy Baldwin, I really, dude, I'm telling you, I like wanted to be you when I was younger. You're 10 years older than me.
I get it.
I'm not even fucking lying. Like, I wish I could sit here and like. There was a time like I'd watch Flatliners, and I would even try, because I kind of got bigger eyes than you, and I would like kind of try to squint them down a little bit, and I would like try and talk smooth to chicks in high school and stuff. Like, I just kind of came in there like I was Billy Baldwin, and it fucking worked. By the way, thank you. I meant to thank you. I never had the hair. Yeah.
Any way in which I can be of service, you know. Any way I can get you laid.
You got to do those like Tucker Max type of motivational books, you know, but maybe on marriage.
No, just do like I'll do my version of My Brother in Glengarry. Coffees for Closers. I'll do our version of Coffees for Closers.
Boom. We're
Always
gonna make
closing.
millions. And but what's going on now? Like what other than
Been working on lots of movies. I just did a movie in South Carolina. I just did a movie in New Orleans. I just did a movie in Acapulco with Michael Madsen and Paul Sorvino.
Wow.
I'm producing a movie in Vancouver. We start the Monday after U.S. Thanksgiving. We're going to shoot through the holiday up in Vancouver.
Good tax breaks up here. Is that why?
Yeah, I just shot a movie here last year. Unfortunately, we were in Sudbury.
Oh, okay.
And no offense for anybody listening up there, but
They don't have satellite radios.
you
up
know
there.
what-
They can't afford it.
You know what's
They can't
really
afford the
wild
$20
about
a
that?
month.
Like you come here and you see all the hip and chic and cosmopolitan things about Canada that make it cool, and you go up there and you realize like they're just as demented as Americans. Like
There is.
Oh, the more north you go in Canada, it's like going south down in the States. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
we were shooting at a mall, at a shopping mall, which like half the stores were closed, the other half that were open were like on their last leg. Every other person was on a fat scooter. You know what I mean? Like those
Billy Baldwin.
No, but those people that are
Yeah,
like,
dude. I know
those
what you're
people that are too young to be on those scooters. They're like 35 years old.
They don't need to be on a scooter.
And they have half their front teeth are missing. There's a cigarette ash. No, there's a cigarette ash hanging out, and they're sitting there on the scooter at the front of the mall, and they're smoking a butt, and they're like 100 pounds overweight. No,
I got one on you, though.
I guess I got to be politically correct here. I'm not making fun of their weight, but it was just almost refreshing to know that it's not just Americans that screw this up.
We hide
So-
our sick fat
and
shits
you know what?
about
And you know
4
what?
hours.
And you know what? When you also did it, when you guys, I'll never forget when you guys lost the Stanley Cup
In Vancouver.
in Vancouver, and
Most
you flipped
embarrassing-
and
yeah.
you flipped all the cars, and
Couldn't
you
burn
burned
the
all the
city
cars, and you looted the stores, and it was like. There was a part of me was like, I mean, this is kind of sick, but I was like, yes, it's not just the Americans that are that dumb.
There's deplorable. There's
Next time the
deplorables
Canadians-
everywhere.
Every time the Canadians look down their nose at us, I'm going to say, wait a second, I've got Vancouver.
Billy, I was in about 4 years ago. I was at Disney World and with a girlfriend, and she had like young kids there as well.
Lots
We were
of
there.
fat scooters there.
And I thought, how lazy are people? Because they weren't even going on the rides. They were doing those fat scooters, but they were they were just hanging out under the mist stations. So, like, could it get more lazy? You're in your fat scooter, but you got to go under a mist station to cool down. I'm like, come on, that's the
And they
epitome.
had their Mickey and Minnie T-shirt on, and they were eting cotton candy and smoking a Marlboro.
Exactly.
And they'll be voting for Trump next week.
Yeah.
They had a Trump bumper sticker, actually. It was amazing. Well, that's good. I'm so happy to know that you're doing a bunch of different things, and it's really cool to see you active on Twitter at Billy Baldwin, and that will increase very rapidly.
Yes, it will.
You gotta. I mean, get serious. You're such a bright guy and really can make such a big difference. Like, you should get pretty motivational behind that. It's an amazing tool with that kind of thing. It
Yeah.
really is. You know.
I wrote a tweet the other day. It was really funny. It hasn't got a lot of legs up. I said something like, "It's come down to this: pussy brings Trump down, or wiener brings Clinton down."
It's
I love that.
that's a brilliant tweet.
I just retweeted it.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
Can we tweet
hopefully
some-
that'll give you a little bump.
Can we tweet something right now? Let's tweet.
Sure,
Can we
sure,
let's
sure.
craft something right now. Let's craft something silly together.
All right,
Can we?
how do I get into my account because I don't have wireless here?
Oh shit! We'll do it off air. We'll
Okay.
and
Let's
then
totally
people.
tweet something. Yeah,
we'll
do
tweet something
do a
off.
picture of us.
Yeah, we'll do that too. Oh, that's cool, man. I'll totally do that.
Greetings to fuckface Von Klaus.
Hey, wait a second. I don't think that's the name of the show. Is it? Okay. No. This has been amazing. I don't want you guys to go, but I'm sure you have to. And have you been doing like the junket, going to like station to station?
last 2 days. Yeah, we've
Is this
been
the
doing a
best
lot
one?
of stuff.
Is this-
Best,
Okay,
best.
without a doubt, right?
Yeah.
Have fun, Mitch. Why don't you tell us, because you've been involved, such a big organization, organizer here.
So the Rally for Kids with Cancer, we go this Friday. Friday we have the draft party. Friday evening, Saturday morning we meet for breakfast, where the cars entered in the rally select a celebrity They go through a full day of scavenger hunt around the city.
Who are some of the other celebrities?
We have, let's see, we have Billy Baldwin, we have Chynna Phillips, we have Damon Allen, we have
Pooch Hall.
Pooch
Pooch Hall is here again this year.
O'Hurley.
John O'Hurley from Seinfeld.
what a funny dude he is.
Yeah, he's hysterically funny. In the past, we've had John Sally, we've had Kurt Russell, we've
Jess
had
McCallan.
Jess McCallan from Mistresses, we've had
Carl Wolf, Cardinal Official.
Yeah, I think I said Kurt Russell's done it 1 year.
Goldie Hawn was here 1 year.
yeah.
I introduced my mom to her.
Terrence Howard did it 1 year, which was really cool.
Awesome. And my boy Brad Smith, the Canadian Bachelor. Yeah, thanks for.
And we've
thanks.
had a lot of hockey players. I mean, McSorley's there quite a bit,
PK did
and
it this
and
PK.
PK has done it numerous times.
You a hockey
And
guy?
I can't lie. No, I just as I've gotten older and I've had kids, I used to follow like 5 or 6 different sports, and it's down to 2 now. I don't follow college football. I don't follow the NFL. I don't follow hockey at all.
So it's just it's baseball, basketball.
It's baseball. Believe it or not, I'm like the ambassador for the sport of wrestling.
Oh, okay. You're an amateur wrestler.
I was, and I like when wrestling was thrown out of the Olympics. I was on this very small committee that we lobbied the IOC and did presentations to the IOC in St. Petersburg, Russia, and in Buenos Aires to get wrestling reinstated as an Olympic sport.
Oh, fantastic.
Like about a year and a half ago, 2 years
And you got it. It's successful.
It's back in. It's back in.
Hey.
So
Have you ever been out to the Foxcatcher place?
I knew Schultz, and I know his wife Nancy,
Yeah.
and all the guys that were there training with him at that time are they're all my generation of guys. They're all my friends. Yeah,
hey,
Foxcatcher's in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Yeah.
you guys are great. Chynna and Billy Baldwin. Oh, thank you for Chynna Phillips.
Thank
you didn't take
you.
Baldwin, eh?
She did.
Okay.
Well, yeah, on my checks.
On all of everything related to money, everything related to credit cards and retirement and home ownership, she's a Baldwin. Trust me.
That's very smart. Very
I
smart.
dream to one day have the Baldwin option in my life as well.
Yes.
You know what's the greatest? So I thought
to me.
she did win the lottery. Yes,
No doubt, right?
but
You kid- that's what I kept thinking the whole
we
time.
do have Wilson Phillips Publishing and Mamas and Papas Publishing.
Really? You own the rights to all that?
Not all of it, but
Yeah.
some of it.
That's huge.
Pretty cool.
That's-
And why did you feel the need to say that?
No.
Because how cool is that?
That's cool. No, it's you gotta listen. Honestly, it's very fucking cool. This isn't just one generation. This is like generations and
no,
I'm
I'm talking cash. I don't care about legacy or tradition or anything.
You get
And
cash.
now that Brangelina's kind of, I mean, I hate to say it.
You're
it
the
looks like
new-
it's
Yeah, move over.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're chilly.
We're chilly.
yeah.
Yes.
What's up, Chili?
Tonight. What's up?
Chilly.
I like
What's up?
it.
Yes.
Chili.
Apropos right here in
Chill
Toronto.
in.
We're getting there.
Chill in. Was the liberal thing legalizing
Chillin'.
marijuana? Was that part of that liberal stuff?
Did you see what's on the ballot in California? I just did my absentee ballot. They have weed. They have 2 different things on the death penalty. They have condoms for porn stars. Like it's on.
That's
it's
on the ballot.
It's on the ballot.
Which,
Only
by
in
the way,
America.
Only no. Only in California.
Oh, really?
Not only in America.
Oh, really?
Nobody
Wow.
other. There's no other state.
So do you have to check
proposition.
that? Do you have to check if you think that porn
I
stars
don't
should wear
understand.
condoms?
Don't the porn stars get to choose that?
No, they're fed up by it. Seriously,
They don't wanna
I
wear
know
condoms.
some. No, they don't want to wear them.
Right.
But it's just they want
It's
to
a public health thing.
perceived care of it. But I think they should do that with people on Tinder more than the porn stars. I think if you're on Tinder, you need to wear a condom. That's what I would say. If you were concerned about public health, and I'm being serious.
Is it just like a hassle, like dental like flossing? I don't understand. What's the big deal about putting a condom on? Is it just a hassle?
Don't look at me.
Well, for someone who looks at porn once in a while, I can tell you that it doesn't. No, I'm being serious. It doesn't look genuine.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
all
really-
about authenticity.
Yeah.
I got it.
He has trouble getting off with his condoms involved. I'm sorry.
And let's
All
not
right.
talk about this. 'cause I
Nothing
just
gets
told
me
you
hotter
how-
than safe sex.
Okay, yeah. I was just telling you guys I want to remain happily married 25 years down the road, or 20 years down
You
the road
will.
too. No,
You will.
I'm a very blessed man, and I'm extremely blessed, and so are the listeners for the both of you for being here. Chynna Phillips and Billy Baldwin, and we're going to craft a tweet, so look for that next. Thank you guys, and have
Thank
fun at
you.
the. What a nice. Just giving back is so important too. All the messages are great, and once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, rallyforkids.com
Yeah.
is the website if you want to go, if you want to contribute, you want to participate, rallyforkids.com.
Do it up, and your bro does a sick Trump though, doesn't he?
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
it's pretty awesome.
He'll be at it this weekend, I think. I think they're doing a show Saturday, and then they're doing a pre-election election special, but it's not live. They're just taking all of the stuff from the election, every skit that they've done, and they're doing Monday night, the night before the election. They're trying to stick it to Trump one more time.
You got to jump on and play Steven.
No, I should play.
Nobody can play Steven.
I should play Alec. I did that in 30 Rock. I played Alec in 30 Rock. I should do Alec.
Yeah.
I should play. They should do like a
Alec
Lifetime
goes
movie
against
of the-
Trump.
They should do like a Lifetime movie of the week of Alec playing Trump, and I should play Alec playing Trump in
Yes.
a Lifetime movie of the week.
There you go.
That makes sense?
We got it all.
I'll be
Thank
Ivana.
you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Chynna Phillips. Thank you,
Thank
Billy Baldwin.
The Todd Shapiro Show.
All right, we really appreciate you watching that video. Make sure you check out some more videos. Why not? Let's get caught in the Shapiro Show vortex right here. Or you can subscribe to the channel right here and check out videos at any point because we're going to give you all the alerts. We do appreciate you being a part of our family. Most families hate each other, not ours. We love you.